Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to welcome our panel for the first Clean Air Subcommittee hearing of the 117th Congress. I'd like to give a special thanks to Mr. Isaac and Commissioner Bell for joining us today. Before I discuss my thoughts on the chairman's bill, I'd like to say that I've known my colleague from Massachusetts for many years. We have served together. Actually, we don't agree on anything, but we love each other. We've had a very close relationship for a long time. And he is a true liberal, and while we disagree, we have a great deal of respect for him. Look forward to working just as we have effectively with other Democrats. You know, I always got along so well with Senator Barbara Boxer when I chaired this committee, and we got things done. In fact, we used to have the meeting over at Mitch McConnell's office at 12:15 every Tuesday, and all the chairmen would get together. And when it came my turn, I'd say, now from the committee that actually gets things done, and we did them. We accomplished a lot of things together. And I say the same thing with Chairman Reed of the Armed Services Committee. Now, I have serious concerns with the bill that we're discussing today. Sadly, it appears that the National Climate Bank Act may be phase one of Democrats' far-left climate agenda. The end goal, of course, is being the Green New Deal. We all know the Green New Deal seeks to end our way of life as we know it, abolish fossil fuels, air travel, control how much beef we eat. This bill creates the federally funded DC-based climate bank solely focused on funneling $100 billion of taxpayers' dollars into green projects that are favored by Washington Democrats. While there are many issues with the bill, the bottom line is we simply don't need it. The bill's own findings indicate that in 2018 alone, there was over $100 billion invested in renewable energy and energy-efficient projects. Furthermore, the bill does not take into account that the Department of Energy's loan program office is flush with cash with more than $40 billion in loans and loan guarantees for energy projects. Even President Biden's $2 trillion slush fund for all things infrastructure plan devotes less than $30 billion for a carbon bank. That's less than 2%, clearly not a real priority, and that says a lot. Secondly, let's talk about who controls the money in the bank. Washington activists, the bank's board of directors would be handicapped by the president or cabinet officials in this administration. A seat is given to the director of the unaccountable CFPB. That's a far cry from the nonpartisan or bipartisan standard for federal boards and commissions we have today. This board would likely be used to reward political allies of the Washington Democrats and at the expense of the taxpayer dollars. Worse, nothing in this bill prevents the bank from being used as a slush fund for billionaires and other politically connected Democrats. Finally, this bill places the coal country in its crosshairs. It establishes a cash for carbon program to force the closure of reliable coal-fired power plants and even clean natural gas-fired power plants as well. That would be devastating to the communities across America, including my state of Oklahoma and Gillette, Wyoming, where our witness, Commissioner Bell, resides. The winter vortex from the February reminded everyone that renewables alone won't keep the lights on. We need coal and natural gas. I can go on, but the simple fact is that we shouldn't risk taxpayers' dollars in loans to well-connected industries to the left. Now, other than that, it sounds like a good bill. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.